Okay, good afternoon to you all. I want to welcome you again to this third lesson at the Holistic Learning Platform, the third lesson for ICT. And this is going to be our very last lesson for ICT this holiday. And I want to thank those who have been part of this for the past 2 weeks. This is the third week. And I want to continue to encourage you to put most of the things in practice when you get back to your respective schools. I want to welcome you once again. And my name is Masaba Erisa. I work with Mbali Secondary School, but also I've been working with the Holistic E-Learning Platform for now a number of years here. Thank you for those who have been part of the Holistic E-Learning Platform since we started this during the lockdown, and you've been part of us up to date. Today we'll be focusing on majorly 3 things, and that is how to work with the if statement. And like we've always done it here, I will give chance to a volunteer to open this session officially with the word of prayer, and probably we'll start. I'll be making use of the previous exercise items. We are going to basically based on that to do a few things here and there. A volunteer, kindly put your hand up and give us an opening prayer. Yes, Carlos.
Dear Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you, God, because this is the number that you have made. Father, Lord, as we go through this discussion, we learn more. Your things may we not forget what we learned today. We put it into our plan. May all things work together for the good. Pray all this to be and fasting. Just name I pray.
Amen. Thank you very much, Carlos, for that wonderful prayer. And we'll be starting straight away. We'll be opening Microsoft Excel. And for those who have laptops, I would encourage you to open with me. And for those who don't have, we will still be using we'll be using WPS in our phones. And I'm going to share. I will start by demonstrating how to open WPS and do a complete work on your phone and send it to WhatsApp. I left some activity here in the previous lesson, but majority of you either failed to submit your work after you had done, or you could not do completely. But of course, I received some work from other students, and I want to congratulate them for doing it. I'm going to demonstrate how to do it with WPS, then we'll continue thereafter. I'm going to share my phone screen here, and I will assume all of you have downloaded WPS. If you've not downloaded, then at least download. So when you open WPS, when you open your phone, you'll find WPS depending on the phone type you're having. And mine, WPS is down here. So WPS is around there. And WPS is a very important tool for a student who is preparing for UACE. WPS can handle all Microsoft Word questions. It can handle presentation questions, and that is PowerPoint. It can also handle spreadsheet questions, and that is Microsoft Excel. And students, normally when they come back for holidays, they tend to forget practicals. And when they forget practicals, of course, results can never be good. And the reason they always give is that we don't have access to the computer lab. A school where I teach here at Marises, for example, students spend most of their time with the phones and they can't practice most of these things because the labs have been closed. So I want to re-demonstrate this such that when you go back to your schools, or maybe when you're still in holiday and you can't have access to the computer lab, at least practice these 3 questions. Microsoft Word, 20 marks. PowerPoint, 20 marks. Excel, 20 marks. You're working with 60 marks out of 60, your phone. So this is how you open it. Open WPS. Depending on what you had opened previously, it will be the one that will open immediately. I had opened some notes here of physics, and they will be the first thing to display on my phone when I open WPS. So what you do, always struggle with your WPS. I don't know which one is your back button, but at least you can see on my phone, the back button is here. Is around here, that back button. But also WPS has a back button up here. So click there as many times as possible until you see a plus sign or a create option. So I think let's not use the downer one. We have to use this upper one up here. So when you take it back one step, you will see that create button. Click on create, and it will ask you, do you want to create a Microsoft Word document, or you want to prepare a presentation, or Microsoft Excel? And like I said, paper 2 is marked out of 60, and these questions can give you 60. This phone can give you 60 marks. So I always encourage students to do only those 3 questions, but also if your school has taught database and publisher, go ahead and do database. It is also very easy. If they've taught publisher, go ahead and do publisher, but I always encourage you to be familiar with those 3 packages. I'm going to repeat for this person who has requested to have this repeated. Of course, I will get back to my phone. I open files. I open my main menu, look for WPS, and open WPS. Depending on what you had opened previously, it will display here. I had opened physics in the previous example, but now you see it has brought for me all in one mobile office suite. This is an advert from the WPS company, and they are advertising their product. So don't struggle, don't be stressed, to try to go through whatever is here. But like I said, the goal is to get the create button. I have not seen the create button here, so I'll skip. There is skip up here for those who are seeing it. I'll click skip. And when I click skip, it will take me directly to WPS main menu, and I am able to see the create button. So when I click on create, it will give me chance to choose whether I am doing paper, whether I'm doing Microsoft Word, or I'm doing PowerPoint, or I'm doing Excel. And for this case, I'll be opening. Okay, let me sample WPS. Let me sample PowerPoint such that you have a feel of how it can be, but we are going to concentrate on Excel. I'm just sampling this for those who are coming here for the first time. So I'll open PowerPoint. To ask me, do you want to create a blank document, or you want to use a template? I don't want to use a template, so I'll click on the blank document up here. And when you open the blank document, it looks like that. Maybe you're dealing with, and when you put this in landscape mode, when you put this in landscape mode, it really gives you a better interface. Like it really looks like as if you're on a laptop or on a desktop. So assuming I'm doing a topic, it could be agriculture in Uganda. So I put my topic here, agriculture. Then by, of course, my name. Normally they say you put your name as a presenter. So
Okay.
Sorry about that. I've put agriculture in Uganda. Okay, there is a call that was coming in a little. Okay, I was saying I'll put my name and my personal number as the presenter. So I go to the next slide, you press that and it will bring for you the next slide. So maybe they may want you to talk about examples or maybe types of agriculture. Then you start listing them down here and so many things. Okay, after doing your presentation and you finished, the main button is here always. So keep trying there and look for whatever you're looking for. And when I open there, you see, I'm able to see so many features that are close to the ones on the laptop, but also I may do some playing, or maybe I can insert a picture, or I want to insert a shape, or any of those things. We even have the transitions here. You can put a transition, and normally transitions look very nice. They make your work look good. I have just put one there to sample for you. You can pick a good design and so on. Okay, that is what Excel, I mean PowerPoint, but I wanted us to look at so I'm not going to save. I wanted us to look at Microsoft Excel, which we want to talk about this afternoon. So I'll go to create again, open XLS, that is Microsoft Excel. In most cases, that is its file extension, .xls. So you also open a black document, which I have clicked on. And when you click on a black document, they'll bring for you a page that looks like this. Unfortunately, on your phones, the lines are not very visible, but they are here. It's just the same like on phone, on a computer. So you type in normally. It could be name, it could be sex, it could be marks for SST, it could be marks for science. Then you put in normally, or maybe this could be the first person, the second person, the next person. And maybe, yeah, these are not familiar names. This is male, this is male, this is female, and this is male. And you put those marks, putting randomly. Maybe this is 45, 56, 56, 89, 67, maybe 34. We may have 67 I already have. Let's put 90 here. Then 74. And this can be 50. Then you may be requested to get the total for these students. Total. So you put the same formula. I wanted to demonstrate how to write a formula at least. And I'm going to put this, which is C2 plus this, sorry, C2 is equal to C2 plus D2. C2, the formula that we are putting there to get the total is equals C2. And on this, we are adding this is C2. On this, we are adding D2. And it will give us our answer as 101. So you don't press here, you don't press here, and that formula can be auto-filled for the remaining values. So me, I feel this is so good. Even without a laptop, you can do some work. And when you try to rotate it, it gives you even a better experience as if you were on a laptop, and you can do so many things using this. And what I want to demonstrate here is that when I give you an exercise, after doing like that, you go to done and save it. Like I told you, this option here, tools, is very powerful. Always click there and check in if there is anything you have to do. There are so many changing of color, putting all borders. I saw some student his work, they had put borders, and this student had used the phone, and I really liked their work. So I have put borders and they are looking very nice. So I get back here and save. Save is under file here. So you go to save as, and avoid saving to the cloud. I repeat, avoid saving to the cloud. Always remove that cloud and to bring save options that include the cloud, the drive, and location. Kindly go to location. If you intend to share this work with me on WhatsApp, go to location and open your phone. Open your phone, and you can see my phone is running out of space. I have about 1.5 GB only free space. So if your phone doesn't have space, then you may not save easily. So I will click on phone, and it will take me there to create a file. You people, even on the phone, you can create a folder. So I'm going to create a folder. It's not even important, but I just want to show you that you can create a folder. So how do you create a folder? Someone may ask. It is somewhere here. There is that button there. So I click there, and normally they say create a folder in your full names. Like I told you, a folder should be in your full names capital and your personal number. So I'm putting 787 as my full names in capital letters and my personal number. I'm assuming that is on the computer. So by default, your folder will come up. So it is this that I click on, and my file, I'm saving it. And normally I tell you to save your work as your name and your name and school. So when I set these questions on WhatsApp, I always tell you to save it as your name and school. So you put Masaverisa, Balices like that, and know that you're saving this on your phone. So I just click on save, and it will be saved. It takes some small time and it will be saved. And sorry about that, my phone wants to shut down. Okay, I wanted to show you that when I go to files, when I open files, when I open File Manager, I am able to see my work. But of course, before I open files, I must have closed my WPS. So I'll close it properly, Then I go to Files or File Manager. And when you go to File Manager, there is the Browse here. Go to Browse, and it can open for you the phone file management option. So I click on phone, and you'll see my phone open here. And my phone has so many folders, including audio, including what, but one of the folder will be called Masaverisa 787. And that is too good. So you click on it, you can already see your file saved inside there. And you can now share with me this on WhatsApp. And how do you share on WhatsApp? Of course, you open your WPS and click on share. Then you put in my number, or you can share directly on the WhatsApp group. Now, when you're sharing, always avoid sharing links. I've really seen students struggle to share links. Avoid that. Scroll up to down here and share it as a file. And when you click on share as a file, I receive it as a file via WhatsApp. I will always receive it easily. So maybe I can demonstrate this by sharing it directly on our WhatsApp groups, such that for those who didn't manage how to send, you can always do that. So, of course, it takes some time depending on your phone to load, and mine seems to be taking more time because of the nature of groups I am in, maybe. But it will take not a lot of time. It will open very fast. Look for the person you're sending to, and you send. We don't have, unfortunately, the whole day to wait for it to load. So you can try that and make sure you have the work with us. And we go through. I want to congratulate those who managed to follow those steps and do their work correctly. And maybe, yeah, if there is any question, I would be very glad to respond. If there is no question, I want us to proceed with today's work. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Those of us who don't have the WPS, should we just download it?
Yeah, you have to download it such that you have to download it such that you have it. You can either have WPS or you can download Google Sheets.
Okay.
Yes, yes, naenda kule na nijizayo kada vya
Boaz, now which language is that, Boaz? Okay, I'll get back to our work here. And specifically, I'm going to talk about how to use the if statement. I've used most of these people's work. Let me use Praise's work here, at least in today's lesson. This is work that was sent on WhatsApp in the previous lesson. So I picked some of them and it's the one I want to use now. So you have work like now here, and I don't want to spoil this girl's work, so I will only copy out what I want, and I leave her work the way it is. So I'm copying it the way it is, and I'm going to paste it here, and maybe let me put my name here. Okay, can put my name there, and we use this to demonstrate. But it needs a fairly big work. Let me see if I can get, I want to work with a lot of work. I need work that is too much. I will copy it very fast here using another laptop. If there is any question, please ask as I get this work to the next laptop. Especially those who tried out the previous lesson's work and you got some difficulties. Like I told you, this is going to be our last lesson here, so it's going to be our last lesson. So if you have any question in Microsoft Excel, prepare it. It may not be what I'm talking about today, but once you ask it, I can always try to go through it. And if it can be done, I can try to do it for you here. This is the exercise I gave you on WhatsApp. And I'm going to make use of this. Let me use this first one. It is having a fairly good number. So I'll put it here and I call it lesson 3. So I paste. Okay, assuming this is the work I have, there is this one thing I've never talked about here, but let me show you. When you go to your schools, they always give you what we call a registration number. And this registration number, depending on the school where you are in, let me call it registration number, reg number. Depending on the school where you are in, they create them using Microsoft Excel, and this is how they create them. For example, for Mbalesis, it is HS. I'm assuming I'm teaching a senior 6 science class of senior 6 science class stream A. This is HS. This is H is for high school, S is for science, and A is stream A, depending on how they name them in your respective schools. And then they put the year when you were admitted, and that is, they pick the last values, and that is 2024. You people were admitted last year in senior 5, and they put the last number and something like this, 001. This one means this is the first student to be registered. This wee or team boy, this is how it is interpreted, is in A level, stream A, science, and was admitted last year in that school, and he was the first student to be admitted. So Excel will allow you to create the remaining values. So I just put this to be 2. I put this to be 3. Maybe this to be 3, like that. So this is the first student. The number is remaining the same because it was also admitted last year. This is number 2. This is number 3. I don't know if you've seen that. So you highlight all the 3 and you autofill at once. It will create the remaining registration numbers for the students. And it is used majorly to create registration numbers for students. It is used to create voucher numbers when you go to the bank, or when you go to any service center where they need people to line up in order. So you can generate, you can even create one for help students. You can call it help 24001. And then the second student can be help 2024-002. I think even if you write only 2, it can help to generate, it can generate the remaining. So I'm going to use actually the one for help because it's familiar to what we are talking about here. I've just created registration numbers for this. It's not even part of what we are studying, but you might need it when you get to administration. So these are students we have, and this is their registration number, and they want us to get the total mark, the final mark, and of course the final mark is going to be, I think this plus that plus that. So is equals this is equals that plus this plus that to give us This person has got 61. And when you autofill, it gives that, okay? I want the whole of this place to have the same font type. Okay, I've got the total. I don't think anyone has a question on how they get the total. And I'm going to get position, and we said position, you write is equals rank. You open bracket, put the first value, comma, put the whole value. Put the whole value, that is G2 to G what? To G30. It would have highlighted all of it. Highlight this and press F4 on your keyboard, and it will fix those values. And I'm going to pick 0 because I want it to be in descending order. And when I press enter, it will give this person position 23. And yeah, this is Jesse, will be in position number 1, like that. And the position, we explained it in the previous lesson, so I believe no one has any much question on how to get the position. But I will also leave this formula in the chat for whoever would wish to write it down just in case. That formula is very important. With the students I have taught, this is the formula they write on their books. When you open a student's book of A level and you find it is for computer, 99% of them, they write that formula on their cover pages to scare the students who will open, especially those senior ones and so on. So at least have a formula that is powerful that you write on the cover page of your book. It could be even a physics book. It could be what? Get a formula. Let anyone who open your book to know that you do a call. Any person who open your book should know that you're a student of ICT and you understand it. So the formula that students use to write to scare others, normally it's this rank formula. Not just to scare, but it is a formula that is frequently asked by UNEB, and but also the hardest, of course. So if you can write it somewhere, and when you go to supervise UNEB exams for Senior 6, you find when students have written it in corners of their computer lab, because this formula confuses. But if you're there and for you remember it, then you're so good to go. So in today's lesson, we are going to work with the if statement. And I'm going to do for you something here. I want to give bonus. I want to give bonus marks to students. I don't know if you're listening to me. Can I find out if people are able to hear me here? If people are very quiet. Are you still following what I'm doing, or I am now here alone?
Yes, sir.
Hey, okay. I'm going to give bonus marks to students who scored. When you look at these results here, there are some students who are not performing well. Let me deliberately make some of them not to perform well. Like Daniel here can get caught. Let me give him 3. Let me reduce praise to 5, I think. No, 4. Put 2 else here. This one can go to 2. Let this one be 2. Okay, I've tried to reduce a few students' marks here. And this is Acheng. Acheng can go to maybe 3 as well. Okay, deliberately, the paper was not performed well, assuming this was a paper that was done and not performed well. So I'm going to look for all students who scored below 5 marks. I don't know if you're following. Any student who scored below 5 marks, I'm giving them extra 5 marks. Extra 5 marks is going to be awarded to students who have scored below 4 marks. Let me write it down before I talk well. Any student who scored below 4 marks in beginning of term. Any student who scored below 4 marks in beginning of term, the head teacher has given them extra 5 marks. Okay, let's use the head teacher. Or maybe let's use the teacher has given. Sorry about that. We are using the head teacher has given them extra 3 marks. Let's remove it from 5. So the head teacher comes and let's call it even the head teacher's bonus. HM bonus. Of course, in the previous lesson, you people mastered how to add to all of them. But here, I'm adding to specifically those who scored below 4 marks. And the head teacher is giving them extra 3 marks to boost their performance for whichever reason. So this is how you write the formula. And I'm going to write it in, let me write it in Microsoft Word such that you're able to see it clearly. Then I will bring it in Excel. Someone should help me remember this. This Otimu's mark is in D2. Yes, Otimu's mark is in D2. Don't forget D2. Otim is in D2 and we're using Otim this side. So this is how you do it. We use the if statement, and I'm just going to deliberately make the font size a bit big. I'm going to bold and make it red for you to see. So all formulas in Excel, we use is equals. And remember, we are giving its HM bonus. So I'm putting it in red. We write is equals if, and open bracket, put the value for Otim. If Otim's marks, which is D2, is less than, if it is less than 4, we can use, yes, less than 4. Any that one is read as any student who has scored below 4 marks in beginning of term. Now, this is where computer becomes interesting. For those who have never felt computer is interesting, that statement I've written is read as every student. Okay, it is read as look for, or if means look for students' marks in D2. So it is every student who has scored below 4 marks in beginning of term. You put a comma, I will explain that comma. So the computer is going to ask you, if I get those students, what do I do? So what do? You get that value, which is D2. Hope you know D2 is Otimu's marks. Get that value and add extra 3 marks like that. This is read as look for students who have got below 4 marks, and that value should be added by 3. And if the student has not got below 4, what do we do? That is after that next comma, you put D2. That one is meaning that if a student has got below 4 marks, we add a 3. And if he has not got below 4 marks, it means he's above 4. Just write the mark the way it is. And you cross that bracket and it will do the magic. So I'm going to copy this formula and put it in Excel. I'm putting it here. I'm putting it here. Unfortunately, we're unable to see it. The formula is there. Okay, let me assume you're seeing it from up here. Look for D2. If it's below this, put this and add 3 on it. And you realize that if the value is not below 4, leave it the way it is. That's why I put D2 here without adding anything. And this value will remain 6. So, which I'm just reducing this font size such that it's looking like the others. Okay, it's looking like the others. So this formula is working because it has not given this person any extra mark because this person got above 4. So it is 6. So what is going to be the value here when I autofill for Furad Acheng? Is it going to remain or it will be added?
It will be added.
Yeah, it will be added to give us 6, correct? Someone has said it. Okay, it will be 6 here. What if I scroll down? Will it be added? On a 5 or it remains 5?
It remains 5.
Let me see. Yeah, it remains 5. How about the next? This one will also remain. How about the next? Now the confusion is on that next one. What will be Innocent's bonus? Will it remain or it will be added?
It will remain.
It remains. Okay, let's try and see. It remains. Why? Because this value is above 4. Yeah, and when you autofill for all of them, it will do that. So this is very powerful. Like you saw a value like 2. This is for Muhindo. Muhindo's max goes to 5 because we have added 3 on it. Okay, I use the lighter example. What if I wanted to cane them? I'm going to call them cases. Any student who has got below, okay, let's now say below 5 marks should receive Chiboko.
It's ICT and the topic is use of if function.
Okay, sorry, a call came in and totally removed me out of class. So we'll quickly bring back the screen. Hilda, bring back those host rights on any of my accounts such that we can proceed here. Hilda, okay, good. I was talking about, there is a call that came in here. I don't know whether you had me talk any. I don't know if you had me talk anything, but I was saying any student who has got below 5, we are going to beat them. And those who have not got below 5, they are going to be safe. So we are going to beat all those, and these ones are going to be safe. And what I was emphasizing here was, this time round, these are not mathematical calculation. This is called a text. The word beat is a text in computer, and safe is a text in computer. So all text values in computer, we put them in quotes. So I'll put quotes here. I'll put this in quote as well. I'll put this in quotes like that, such that it does not make any computation. But here I did not put quotes because it was a computation. So here I'm going to put that, and it will look for me all these students. So I'm going to carry this and again take it to my Excel. So we are going to call them cases, and I'm pasting it the way it is, like you saw. I typed it in Microsoft Word, and I want to know, am I beating this Otim or he survives? I think Otim will survive. And sorry, I don't understand that. I think the quotes I've used could be not true. Let me use the normal quotes of Microsoft Excel. The quotes I picked from Microsoft Word may not be recognized by Excel here. So okay, the quotes that I picked from Excel had from that Microsoft Word had issues. I can't explain that now. I also don't know why it refused, but assume the quotes had a problem. So the quotes I have put here are the ones for Excel, and you can see that our team survives to be beaten because he has got above 5. And of course, we have so many cases, like now that Acheng will be beaten, and some are safe, some will be beaten. Like now, this one I will beat. This one I will beat Innocent. He has got below 5, and so on and so on. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about using of the if statement, and this is the layout of how the if statement works. You write is equals, write if statement, if like this, fi, open bracket, put the statement, it's called logical statement, put a comma, and the logical statement we've been using was D2 is less than 5. Put a comma, then after a comma, you put quotes. If it is yes, what should be displayed? Comma, if that logical statement is not true, what will be displayed? So here we say false. If it is false, then you close that bracket. I'm going to explain this again. This is how we use the if statement. Write the logical statement here. It is normally mathematical statement. And what should the computer bring back if that statement is true? And if that statement is not true, what should it bring back? And if there is no question there, I'll just give you another last sample. Last sample, I'm using if D2 is above, if D2 is above 8, is above 7, let's use above 7. Tell these students, very good. I'm going to say very good. Very good. That one means any student who has got above 7, what should the computer display if it is true? We say very good. And if it is not true, it means those people have got below 7. We say work hard. Work hard. Like that, then you close the bracket. But like I said, because this is text, you have to put it in quotes. So I'll put my quotes of Microsoft Word. You remember, these ones are not good for Excel. So I'll bring it and put it here like that. Can I get any question on this last example before I take it to Excel? Because it's going to be our very last example on the if statement. Is there any question on how to use the if statement, or I proceed?
Yes.
Peter, is that Peter? Oh, do we have to proceed?
No,
No.
sir. There is a question.
Yes, please. That is Gloria.
What? Yeah. So what if you're given many logical statements? How would you present it?
Or maybe many logical statements. Okay, we are going to try out the many logical statements. We are going to see, but the easiest way to present many logical statements is using the VPN, and that VPN is called the lookup wizards. It can be a VLOOKUP, it could be a HLOOKUP. We'll see the easiest way to do it. But of course, we can still use the if statement to do it. We are going to use a grading scale to tell whether a person has got a D1 or a D2 or an F9. Later on, Gloria, you should just wait. And then for Peter?
I'm requesting to take you a little bit back on the first formula. How did we do it? Yeah.
How did we do it? It is just the same. I said if those students have got below 4, on it add 3. Or if they've not done it, I said if the students have got below 4, add 3 on them. Or else give them their normal marks. That is a D2. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes, thank you.
It is either you add 3 on them if the statement is true, or you give them their normal marks. That's why you saw the 6 remaining, the 8 was remaining, and so on. So I'm going to give very good and work hard the other side. So I'm going to call it results is equals, I'm still using D2. Okay, I say if D2, if D2 is greater than 7, I'm going to tell these children that very good. And if it is not true, and if it's not true, and I forgot to talk about this. You see, when you're typing, you keep seeing those values. When I write is equals if D2 is greater than 7, you see that the word logical test is highlighted here. So how do you go to the next tab? You put a comma, they're instructing you put a comma. So when I put a comma, they have told me you're not now making a logical test, but you're making the value if the logical test is true. So I'll tell the computer, you know what? Tell these children, very good. Then I want to switch to the last one. So I put a comma and it will switch me directly to the last one. You can see that these ones are not now bolded. This is not bolded. The one that is on the show is the value if it is false. So I also tell them to work hard. Work harder. Actually, let's use harder because things are not good. After that, you close the bracket and you realize that our first case, that is our team, will be requested to work harder. And so many other people will get to coursework. Okay? But my very good was written using a small v. And that one is very bad. For those who are going to read my comments, they would wonder which teacher is this. So I correct only in the first one. After correcting only in the first one, then I autofill again. It will change everywhere. Like that. Or you can request them to see you, can say very good, or these ones who have not performed well, see teacher. See the teacher. Like that. C should be capital. Like that, such that some students should look for the teacher because they are not performing well. And hope you remember our sorting criteria. What if I am the one who is interested in my class and I want to know how many students I must see? I come and sort, custom, remember our sorting, and then I sort using results. Then I say from A to Z, and it will sort for me all those. I don't know what I did here, but it doesn't seem to have worked the way I wanted. Results. Okay. I think I had highlighted. I'm I had not done the correct thing here. So never sort when you've highlighted. Make sure you click outside. I am clicking outside on student's name. Then I come and sort my values using results. Okay. I don't know why. Oh, there is this empty row. This empty row was the one affecting my information. So I've deleted it. There was that empty row. So when I click here, it should be able to select everything. So when I click on results A to Z, it will show me all the students that must see the teacher, and they are here. Then all those ones I shouldn't bother so much. And these ones, I don't know why. I think it didn't autofill. Let me autofill up to the very last. Then when I sort, it will be able to show me all students who must see the teacher. And for those who know PowerPoint, I mean Microsoft Word, you know there are about 15. There are 15 students who must see me. And these ones have no problem, and so on. So basically that is how the if statement works. I've seen the if statement. What does D2 mean? I talked about that. We're learning use of. Carlos, I don't know this. You wanted me to talk about what again? Once we are done with, we're done with you. Now to reopen. Oh, yeah, I will try to do that again. Rivan, I will do that for WPS. Yes, Peter?
Teacher, when we were sorting, you clicked on sort and filter, right? I'm requesting you repeat that step. Just
unfortunately, your network was not good. Maybe repeat again.
We were sorting here, and you clicked on sort and filter. So I'm requesting that we repeat the procedure just one more time.
Okay, we learned how to sort in the previous lesson. That's why I didn't overemphasize. But at first, our information was sorted using the names. We had sorted our work using names. It was like that. or team was up and this was up. But when you look here, any careful teacher would want to know how many students am I supposed to meet. So you realize when I'm counting 1, 2, 3, I skip this one, 4, 5, it confuses. So I want to sort such that everything that is starting with S, maybe I made it look too professional, but this is what I was doing. Everything that starts with S, letter S alphabetically from A to Z, S comes first before V. And everything with S will be listed and V will be listed separately. It's what I was doing. It's not anything serious that you have to worry. I sorted using the results. This header is in what? Results. I mean, this column K, the heading is called results. And I was sorting it from A to Z such that it appears like this. It is not anything professional that I did. Maybe it looked very serious, but it wasn't that much. I just sorted from A to Z, and it's exactly what I did. So I think we've talked about the if statement, and I'm going to use the if statement to do the one last thing. Now, this is a bit hard. Just harden and we do it. I'm going to use a grading scale to grade for me these results. Are you seeing the final mark, 61? We have 59, we have that. This is the mark that is going to appear on this student's report. I'm assuming this mark is maybe, let's use MTC, final mark. This is math final mark. 61 in paper 1, you would be a pro. Math is not easy. Then with 69, 50, what, like that. And we have a 90 here. So we want to know who has got a D1, who has got a D2, who has got a C3, and who has got an F9. To do that, you have to use, I think it was Glory, I don't remember. That is a multiple condition. You are supposed to give a computer so many conditions. Or maybe before I start to do the grade, let me see the time. Our time is moving very fast. But I'm going to teach you one last thing. And that one last thing should read, I'm going to look for students' marks. Someone was asking what was a D2. I am not now using D2. Let me use midterm marks. I want to give myself a multiple task. So I'm giving myself a if statement that needs multiple conditions. So I'm going to tell the computer, you know what? Look for students who have got from, remember, midterm was out of 20. So look for students who have got from 0 to 10 and write something for them. I don't know what we're going to write for them. From 11 to 15 to 14. Let me put 14 here. Write something for them. I'm asking the computer to write something for them. And the last one is from 15 to 20. Write something for them. Now, someone should suggest what we should write for these children. I'm talking about students who have scored midterm. Let's put our focus here. We are seeing 14, we are seeing 17, we are seeing 10, we are seeing 20, we are seeing 10. Yeah, I don't see a 9 anyway here. Let me force some students to get 5. 5 can be there. Calvin can get 8 out of 20. Then this 20 can be reduced. Okay, the 20 can remain, but the 13 can be reduced to 9, like that. Then let's have some students get between 11 and 14. Yeah, we have them. Okay, someone should suggest what we should give these children. And we are going to call it midterm comment. midterm comment. And yeah, what should I give the first one? Which comment should the computer display?
Good.
Good. The next one. The next one should be what?
Fair, yeah.
Fair. Eh? How comes from 0 to 10 is good and this is fair? Eh?
Okay, better. Let it be better.
Better.
Then
Then
best.
best, which one is good? Okay, let's use excellent here.
Okay.
Excellent. If that is the spelling. Now, listen to this. In the previous task, we were looking at only one condition. How many conditions are these? This is the first one, second, and this is the third. This one means we are going to use 3 brackets. I don't know if you saw that. If you can only learn that, then you're good to go. In the previous task, we were only looking at one condition, and that's why we had only 1 bracket. Now, these are 3 tasks. We need 3 brackets, and this is how we write it. And let me see, how can we write this? Okay, I'm going to show you something here. In computer, in mathematics, we write something like this, is equal to, I think this is equals. Let me open Paint. In math, this is less than, this is greater than, this is less than or equal to. How do we write less than or equal to in math? We write less than or equal to, like that. And in greater than or equal to is written like that. And in computer, this is math. Mathematics tells us that. How about in ICT? In ICT, if the value is less than, okay, let's use ICT red. If the value is less than, we write it like that. If it's greater than, we write it like that. If it is less than or equal to, we don't put a line below here. Even if you checked your keyboard, it doesn't have something like that in math. So in computer, we write less than or equal to is written like that. Then greater than or equal to is written like this, greater than or equal to. Now, if you are not in this lesson, you'll find people have written something like that and you'll never have any idea. So for the range 0 to 10, we are going to say if. And remember that is E. If E2 is less than or equal to 10, that is the first condition, and you have covered all the values from 0 to 10. I don't know if you've understood that. Less than or equal to 10. That is how we write it in computer. So I'll get back to my work. I'll get back to my work here. I will say is equals if. Let me use small letters. If, remember our midterm is in E2. E2 is less than or equal to 10. What are we going to give the students as a comment? We'll say, this is good, but I didn't like the good good thing here? How do you tell children good if they've got that? Let's reduce this poor. Let's put poor. Poor is very bad. We put
Let's talk about work harder.
work harder. Good. Work harder. Yes. This is this can be a good one. Okay, this can remain. But even better, let it remain for learning, but it will make these children think they are so good. So here we'll put work harder. Work harder. Now listen to the mathematics. Now this is math, combining math and ICT. And I've finished the first condition. Now the second condition is, what if these children have not got between 0 to 10? Do I give them better or excellent? I ask the computer to check again. So check again and see if that value, check again and see if that value is less than or equal to 14. Check again. This is read as, if these children have got between 0 to 10, give them work harder. And if they've not got between 0 to 10, check again and see, is it between 11 and 14? And if it is yes, then we tell them this is better. At least it's better. I would have to put my work in landscape mode here, such that I am able. Shall we catch up with time? I want to put it in landscape mode, reduce the font size a little for it to fit. So if that I put better, and if this is not true, I check again. I may not need to check again here. Or I can check again and say, if E2 is less than or equal to 20, and then put a comma, give these children excellent. Put that, close. Now, this is the first bracket I am closing. Like I said, there are 3 conditions, so I need 3 brackets. That is the first one, second, third. That is the first bracket, which is closing this bracket. I am putting another second bracket. Let me reduce this. I'm putting another second bracket, which is closing this bracket. And the last bracket, which is the third, which is closing the other bracket, like that. So if there is any question here, you better ask, or else I'm taking this formula in Excel and it works for us. Is there anyone who didn't understand what I wrote, or we first try before the questions come? Anyway, I'll just go. I'll put it here, but remember, our quotes are not so good. So I'll replace these quotes. These quotes, I don't have any explanation why these quotes don't work, but you saw they did not work in the previous task. So maybe I'll read more about why the quotes of Microsoft Word don't work in Excel. And when I check here, this child has got between 11 and 14, and that's why he's a better child. And when I autofill, it will do for the remaining students. Now you better ask, because that is the hardest part of the if statement. But if you've understood it, then you're very, very good to go. That is the hardest part. Actually, this is where the if statement becomes a very big problem. That is the formula. Okay, Alice Favor was having an idea here. We reduce these comments, they are so heavy. Was that for which one? For work hard or better? Fair or tried? Favor, which one was that? For work hard, okay. I think we can change it. For work hard, I'm just changing one here. And we call it, yeah, fair. Because when you say tried, person may still brag thinking they've done so well. Yeah, something like that. So the if statement is so good, and yeah, if you master it, you'll be so good to go. Now, I wanted to talk about grading, and I am going to use the VLOOKUP method to grade, the VLOOKUP wizard to grade because of time. Anyway, even the if statement would do, but I'm checking on time. We may not have enough time. I want to, I don't know what to do. Let me try to use the VLOOKUP to do the grading. And if time is still there, we are going to use the if statement to do the same grading, and you'll tell me which one was easier for you. So VLOOKUP, like I told you, VLOOKUP is going to work for you like the VPN. And I'm going to use the same VLOOKUP to do this. VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. V is for vertical, and the opposite of VLOOKUP is HLOOKUP, like that. These ones will help students who are struggling to understand the if statement. If there is any student who is struggling to understand the if statement, the VLOOKUP is going to be so good for you. And how do we do the VLOOKUP? For the VLOOKUP, we write the conditions in vertical order. For example, here we have 1, 2, 3 conditions. So rewrite these conditions in vertical order, but only consider the lower limits. And I'm going to hello? Yeah. Yeah, my laptop has slowed down a little, but it will be getting back shortly. I enter into a flight mode option here. I didn't even understand what I pressed here. But I'll be getting back the laptop soon. So I was telling you that the VLOOKUP is very, very powerful because it shortens the steps. When you're using the if statement, the steps are so long. But when you're using the VLOOKUP, the steps are shorter. And Sorry about that. But I was saying the steps become a bit shorter, and I'm going to demonstrate here. Okay. Yeah, I turned off the screen. You couldn't see anything, unfortunately. Okay, this is what I was saying. When you're using the VLOOKUP, you look for the lower limits. And in mathematics, those who do math, you know the lower limits. In the first condition, the lowest is 0. In the second condition, the lowest is 11. And in the third condition, the lowest is 15. So you write them in vertical order, like this, 11. And you write 15 like this. And that is how VLOOKUP works. It's very good to go. Once you write, remember this one, someone said we are giving them fair. Then this one, this one fair. This one, we are giving them better. And this one, we are giving these ones excellent. Like that. So how does VLOOKUP work? It simplifies your work. Rewrite that, and it is always in a table form. And after putting it in a table form in Excel, of course, you write and say is equals VLOOKUP. And in bracket, you open and put the D2. Remember, we've been using D2. Sorry, we are using E2 for mid-term. You put comma. You put E2 to where? Which one is the last value? It was E30. The last value was E30. E30. Put a comma, put true, and you close. As short as it is like that, of course, you'll put this under absolute. Of course, you put the $sign. You fix as if you're making the one for position. Fix just these letters. Like that, and you'll be so good to go. It will do that for you very fast. And I'm going to try it out, and we are going to compare which one is a bit lighter. So, like I said, you put your values down here. The first one is 0, or maybe let me give it a definition. We're using VLOOKUP here, and the first one is value. Let me call it value. Okay, let me call it max. The max, then this one should be the comment, like this. This is the fastest. Maybe I may do it slowly and it looks longer, but it is the fastest. Here there is 0. Here there was 11. And here there was 15, like that. So the first one is fair. The second one is better. Then the last one is best, excellent. Like that. So you come here and use your VLOOKUP is equals VLOOKUP, open bracket. The lookup value, we are using midterm, which is E2, comma. You put the range, that is E2, up to the last value, which is E30. And after that, you fix this using F4. Hope you know that we are using F4 here. F4 fixes that, and there is what we call the column index. I had not talked about that. Column index is 2. When you look here, this is the first column, this is the second column. So we are going to ask it to bring these comments, which is 2. So I'll put a 2 here, comma. I'll put a 2 here, and they're telling me the range. After a comma, I put true to mean some values. Okay, there is this true and false. If it is exact matches, put false. But if it is true, then it means the values are approximated. So we may have some students getting 2, 3, or 5. They are not exactly 0, but from 0, it can go up to, this is what it is meaning, approximate value. When you look here, it is not exactly 0, but it is from 0 to a value that is less than 11. So it is 0, the value can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.1, 10. And once it reaches 11, it gives them better. That's why it is called approximate value. So I'll put a true here and close my bracket. Okay. I don't know what I put here. E2. Oh, sorry. I put the range here. It's range. This is called the table array. Look at this. It's not called the range, the one from E2 to that. This is called the table array, and the table array is this one here, the one you have drawn down here. This one here. Sorry about that. It's called the table array, and the table array is in column L. Are you seeing L? And value 35. So that's why you're seeing L35 to M38. This is M38. This is 38. See? 38. So it is from L35 to M38. So you fix it. You press F4 and fix it. Then press Enter. So it will give you the same beta. It will give you the same values like we've... I think I wrote it wrongly. I wrote excellent wrongly. That's why it's bringing that. And this is powerful. Once you change, it changes. You don't have to autofill this other side like we were doing with the if statement. Anything you change here, for example, I'm putting poor. Immediately I finish to write the word poor. This other side, it will change. I don't have to autofill. If I'm putting fair here, immediately I finish, it would have changed this other side. So the VLOOKUP is the most powerful one, and it's the one I'm going to use. Actually, this was not the grade, but it was a midterm comment. Let me call it midterm comment 2. So I want us to try out the grade such that we give some students B1, some students D2, and other students F9s like that. But I will do that using the VLOOKUP, and I'll move very fast such that you'll be able to see. Even this VLOOKUP can work on our phones. So if you can master it here, and it is the one that is commonly set by the people for senior 6 in most cases, but in O level, they always ask them to use the if statement. So I'm going to do the grade. Now, for you to do any question on grade, you must have what we call the grading scale. And the grading scale, I want us to generate it together because I don't have it in my head. But let me insert 2 columns with the 14 rows with 1 column, with 2 columns, with 2 rows, sorry. I want to insert something like that. So I'm going to say from 0 to 40 to 39. These children are going to get, I'm writing a grading scale for any school, but I'm preferring the one of Mbalises because it's the one I know in my head. Any student who gets from 0 to 39 here at Mbalises, they get F9. And from 40 to 44, these children are always given pass 8. And then from 45 to 49, these ones receive pass 7. Then from 50 to 54, these ones receive C6. And from 55 to 59, these ones are always given a C5. And from 60 to 64, these ones receive C4. 65 to 69, these ones receive a C3. Now a D1 here at Mbalises changes a little. It is from 70 to 79, depending on whichever school you're going to. But here, our D2 is from 70 to 79, and that means 80, 100 are the only students who are given a D1. So you'll find UNEP has given you this grading scale, or they will ask you to get it from your head. And sorry. They may ask you to get this from your head. And normally these are marks. And this is the grade, like that. So you can use the if statement to get this, or you can use the VLOOKUP to get this. But the VLOOKUP is the easiest. We'll also try the VLOOKUP and we'll try the if statement. And this VLOOKUP was wrong, of course. I'll remove it. And the grading scale is clear here. So if I'm using the VLOOKUP, I'm going to be interested in the lower limits. Remember the lower limits. 40. Someone should take a screenshot of these lower limits. We use them the other side in Excel. This one, from 50 to 54, the lower limit is 50, like that. So we are going to go to Excel and use the VLOOKUP to get this grade. It will be very fast. So you come here anywhere in your sheet. So I'll put my marks here. And I'll put the grade. So the first one was for F9. And the lower limit is what? 0. The second one is what? The lower limit?
40.
The lower limit is 40. To give us what? Pass 8. This is what?
55.
What? 55, yes? 45?
45.
Okay, to give us pass 7. This is what? 50. Is it 50?
Yes.
To give us
6.
credit 6. This is the 55. Okay, to give us C5. This is the 60, I think, to give us C4.
65.
65, yes, to give us a C3. This is what?
70.
70 to give us a D2. And this is
80.
yeah, 80 to give us a D1. And you write something simple like this. And surprisingly, once you just succeed on writing that, you would have passed the whole of it. You people, this small table can be drawn anywhere in this Excel. The sun is terrible here. You will hold on a little. Anyway, let's continue. We're about to finish. So this table is very important. You can put it anywhere. I want to remove it and put it here. You can put it anywhere, but not outside this sheet. This is lesson 3 sheet. You can put it anywhere in this sheet. And don't overcongest. Now, this is what programmers use when they are doing their programming and so on. You'll find their work congested for you don't know what they are doing. They're using the VLOOKUP. So I'm going to use my VLOOKUP is equals VLOOKUP, open bracket. It is asking me the lookup value, and the lookup value is the final mark here for mathematics. I don't know if you've seen that. I'm grading mathematics. You put a comma, it asks you for the table array. Where is your table? Come and highlight the table here. Remember, this table is from E42. That's why you're seeing E42 here to F51. This is F51, like that. So after that, you come and highlight this table array and fix it. Put those $signs. And I am not using, okay, put those $signs. You put a comma. It will ask you for the column index. The column index here is 2. This is the first column index. This is the second column index because I want to return F9 pass 8, but not these marks this side. That's why I'm putting column index to be 2. So I'll put column index 2. I'll put a comma. I'll put true because it is approximating true. Then you close at once like that. You people, that formula is very powerful. And once you write, this one gets a C4 straight away because he has got 61. Let me check if 61 is a C4. 61 is a C4. Yes, a C4 is from 60 to 64. So 61 follows in this category. So I will know my formula is working and come and autofill for the remaining class. Like that. So instead of using the longer option of the if statement, the VLOOKUP can be so powerful for us. And VLOOKUP can do so many things. If you can only understand this VLOOKUP, you would have understood almost the whole of Microsoft Excel. I'm going to leave this formula also in the chat here. But maybe that will be the very last thing we will be discussing here because of time. And if there is any question on the VLOOKUP, ask it. And I can explain a little, or I can demonstrate another example using the VLOOKUP. Ask please, because of time, if there is any question. As I get out of this sun, there is a lot of sun here.
No questions, sir.
Okay, if there is no question, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the VLOOKUP for the last time, and we'll be good to go. So I'm going to use the VLOOKUP in this gallows work. Hope you remember this gallows work. This girl had her work here. Allow me delete this column for total and that. Yeah, we are going to grade. Hey, if we had time, I was going to teach you how to get a real report card such that you at least leave this holiday when you've learned something, but let me see if time can allow. I'm going to grade for English. I'm going to call it English grade. English grade. And you people, I don't have to design a new grading scale. The grading scale, if this is Mbalisis, the grading scale remains the same. So I will just repeat to write my grading scale here, which is max and grade here. Okay, grade is capital G. Grade, yes. And this was 0 to give us F9. And this was what? This was, okay, let me copy it this side. I'm just copying the whole of it the way it is and put it to this side. Like that. I'm putting it here, 0 to this, like that. This is our grading scale. So I want to grade for English, so I'll say is equals VLOOKUP. I'll put my lookup value for English, comma. I put my table array, which is this. And after putting the table array, I fix it. Fixing, we said we press F4. And after fixing, I put a comma, put 2, put a comma, write the word true, and close this to make for me a D1 for this person who has got 80. And I will autofill down here, and it will give me that. And when I autofill up to this side, okay, maybe let me not scare you for now. Okay, have you seen I've got the D1 here? And which one is this? 45. Which one is this? This is past 7, past 8. Someone who remembers the grading scale. 45 is which one? Is what? Past 7. Past 7. How about, and do you know that this formula you have put here can work here? When you autofill horizontally, it works. Let's see if it will give us past 7. You see, that is past 7. So this one means this is the math grade. And the next one is which one? 56. 56 is which grade?
55.
It is what?
55.
C5. I'm not sure. It's a C5. So that one means the remaining values can be got when you autofill. So this is for math, this is for English, this is for SST. So what you do, you autofill up to here. You autofill up to here, and you, of course, you highlight all of them like this, and autofill at once. It can give you all the remaining grades. This is the English grade. This is the math grade. This is the science grade. This is the SST grade. Then get the position. And let me see. Position is equals rank. I want us to finish everything a report card wants. Autofill this. Yes, Peter?
Master, I'm requesting that after we are done, you repeat how to autofill for math, SST, and science.
Okay, I'll do that. So we have got the position. We have got the position. We've got the grades for SST, for science, and so on. Yeah, and we are good to go. So our report card is ready. Or maybe we want to put the comments. You people comments are very good. So we are going to put the comment for English. We are going to put the comment for all of them. So this is going to be the English comment. Now this is going to be, let me just write it briefly. This is going to be the English comment. And this is the math comment. I'm going to show you how to get all those comments. And this is the SST comment. Okay, we still use the same VLOOKUP here. And I'm just putting this table array here. And let's suggest now, kindly, we are all tired, just harden and we write these comments and go. Let's mention those comments. For F9, we give them which comment? I think fair. For this, we give them what? You people, you're very tired.
Good try.
Let's start from down. Excellent. Let's give this very good. This one can be maybe good or good. This one can be what? 60. Tried. People like tried. Let's put quite good. Then here, fair. Fair we've already used. Fair we've used. This is work hard. Work hard. This can be, let's call this aim. Aim higher. Yes, aim higher can be. Even this aim higher. Keep writing them and we pick. This can be tried, like someone had said. These two, what do we put here? Suggest, and we go away from here. Pass 7 and C6.
Good try.
Good try. Huh? Good try. Huh? Good try. Where have the brains of the class gone? Sarah, you can't give us any other. You only have fair. Then, who is giving us this for C6?
Great.
Great. Okay. But great, you man. More effort, huh? Let's use for more effort. Great is praising this person. More effort like that. So I'll do this is equals VLOOKUP. Lookup, the lookup value is for English, comma, my column, my row, my table array is that. I will fix it, F4, put comma, put 2, put true. I close bracket, it will be good to go. Now, Peter was asking, how do I autofill for all of them? There is a formula here. Autofill it leftward like this. You see? It has autofilled for math for that and autofill it downward like that. It would have done for all of them. Even the head teacher's comment, even the class teacher's comment, all that is the VLOOKUP that does. Let no one deceive you. Can put the head teacher's comment if we had time, but the head teacher, for him, he comments using the average. He doesn't have time for other things. He uses the average and he comments the side. UNEB will always give you that. So the report card is ready. So we can use Microsoft Word and design this report card and use mail merging, and we make a report card for all the 16 students. And time can't allow you people for me to demonstrate that, but we are already out of time. What do we do here? Can we end it here? Yes, Peter?
Teacher, I want to know how did you manage to duplicate those subjects from the left-hand side, then you copy them to the what? To the right, where you added comments.
I just copied them here like this. You overfear these things. It's not for prose. I just copied the headings here like this. I copied. Then I came and pasted them here because I didn't want to write again. It's not anything serious. Then I came here and wrote the word comment. Then I copied the word comment because I was moving very fast, and I pasted for the remaining. I wasn't doing anything serious. I was just avoiding typing. It wasn't serious. Have you seen it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So you people, Excel is so good. For A-level students, this is where you end. You don't even go far. But for senior 4, sometimes they can ask them to generate this report card. Otherwise, we are out of time. I really wanted to share a lot with you, but time can't allow us. And just in case you get back to your school and the teacher is talking about the VLOOKUP, I know you may have not got a lot of it, but you have an idea. And if they talk about the HLOOKUP, then they are meaning the horizontal lookup. Instead of writing it in the vertical way, you write it in horizontal way, like this, mark, then grade, like this. Then all these other things remain the same, 0, 40, as you write the values down here, F9, pass 8. Then the formula for VLOOKUP, for HLOOKUP instead, you write and say is equals HLOOKUP. Then you put the value, do the same. Instead of V, you use H. I know the teachers will start from there wherever you're going to go. I wanted to inform you that A-level is hard for those who didn't know. So whoever is in A-level right now, I want to congratulate you. You must be hard as well. So don't joke around as you go back to your respective schools. Harden, have a timetable. For those who are from Balices, students have been passing. At least you know they pass for A level. So you shouldn't get worried that you're not going to pass. You'll pass. Like your friends have been passing, so you shouldn't worry. And for those from other schools, go to the head teacher's office or DOS's office to find out if they've been passing. So if they have been passing, then why not you? You can as well pass. A-level is a bit hard. It's not for the weak-hearted. You go there when you're not serious, you may not get any point. And I wanted to encourage those who could have tried the previous exams, first term, maybe it didn't come well, second term, it didn't come well, and you hadn't and said, now let me die with third term. Maybe it didn't come well as well. So that is A-level for your own information. A-level points are not just collected easily the way you would expect. Don't get discouraged. Go back to the drawing board and you can make it. Shouldn't worry. We've done this level and we've passed it ourselves. That's why we come here and talk to you. A-level is hard. I know of a student I've been teaching here. You passed very well, actually, O-level, first grade and so on. We celebrated, we even put him in the school magazine. And first term, he got only 3 points. And now for us, we thought maybe he was playing. The boy hardened and he concentrated to now concentrate, real concentration all the time in the library. And when we did the second term, he got only 1 point. And these points is getting them in subsidiary subjects, either GP or ICT like that. And the boy is still on. I did not check. Maybe I will check here and see, but it's not easy. 3 points to 1 point, then maybe to 0 point. But I want to assure you, if you balance your papers very well, nothing can fail you in A-level. Let the past points not discourage you. And for those who have been getting points, then you're very hard. Just keep it up. You've been getting 2, you've been getting 5, you've been getting 10, you've been getting 15 or 20. Yeah, we are clapping for you, and that is a very good performance. Just keep it up. And for those who have never got good points, you can as well get them. And the trick in A-level, unlike other levels, the trick in A-level is to appreciate who you are. Just know you're a weak student. Just know you're a good student and you'll pass A-level. And if you're good, you know what to do. If you're weak, you know what to do. But if you live there in that category, you're not good, you want to pretend as if you're good. You're good, you want to pretend as if you're
Good afternoon, good evening. Bana, I thank you for participating in the lesson. May the Almighty God bless you. Closing prayer, amen.
Diana.
Yes, sorry, my network has been disturbing. I pray it finishes. I was telling you that this is going to be your longest holiday in senior 6. So use it so well. I mean, it's going to be the longest holiday. I mean, it's going to be the longest term for about 89 days or 88. Make sure you make use of it. Look for as many problems as you can. Otherwise, when you go for first term and you've not organized yourself, second term is very in mock it will always picture what you'll get in your UNEP result. So I want to encourage you, work very hard when you go back, and I want to wish you the very best. I am requesting to end here for now, and I'm going to give chance to one person to give a closing prayer here. And after the closing prayer, you can be free now to ask any question as you go. And the question can be even ICT related or slightly outside ICT, but academic. Can we get a closing prayer? Who is giving us a closing prayer? Yes, Carlos, you can close here.
Dear loving Father, we thank you for this day. We bless for our lives. We thank you for this session. Father Lord, we have learned something new, and we know that we are going to apply it the different schools where we are, and we'll make it. We give you all the glory, and we pray that you bless our host and the rest of the students who have been part of it. We pray all this, believing and trusting in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Carlos. Carlos has been our pastor for today. He has given an opening prayer. He has given a closing prayer. Have a very, very good evening, and I'm going to stop the recording now. And if there is anything to ask, you go ahead.